Welcome to Danny Houlihan's Irish Experience podcast. Join Danny on a journey through the historical island of Ireland, its people and the wild Atlantic Way, which is Ireland's last frontier. Experience the music and the culture that makes up the longest coastal driving route in the world. Now, please welcome your host, Danny Houlihan.
Cuireann fáilte go dtí slí an Atlantic Ocean. Welcome to the Wild Atlantic Way and Danny Houlihan's Irish Experience Show. I hope you're all keeping well and safe, my friends. And as usual, if you are listening to my show while driving, walking, jogging or cycling, please take care. Once again, I travel out from my North Kerry Base on the Wild Atlantic Way route and explore its rich hidden history and culture. In this episode, I pay a short visit to Kilmoyle, North Kerry. Leaving the country village of Causeway, County Kerry, I proceeded in a southerly direction to a townland called Kilmoyle. Continuing along this beautiful North Kerry countryside, I noticed several miles out from Causeway, in a field to my left, and can clearly be seen from the main road, is a large standing stone in a field, a marker of our ancestors, special places where way back in antiquity were once used for ceremony and indeed burial. Arriving at a junction, after several miles, there is a monument to my left to the Republican movement, highlighting the fight for Irish freedom. I continued on and got directions from a few kind locals who were walking at that time. They pointed out to me the directions to the old church and graveyard of Kilmoyle. Arriving in Kilmoyle, to the left is the parish church, and dedicated to the Sacred Heart. A fine tall structure, constructed of limestone cut blocks, some of which are supported with arches of red marble from County Cork and moulded bases of Lixna black marble. This fine structure stands out on the North Kerry landscape, and again is testament to the dexterity of our bygone masons. To my right is a local bar called the Totherbán. The road near it leads to the graveyard of Kilmoyle or Kilmoyle, which is translated as the Church of Wheeler. Other translations of the name are that of Bear, Flat-topped, Derelict, Bear Flat-topped Hillock. However, the eminent historian John O'Donovan mentions a saint by the name of Wheeler. The road is rough, so one should take care. It should be noted there is no signpost there at present by the local council. For such an important ruin on the North Kerry landscape, a signpost is needed in that area to encourage visitors from around the world to visit such a site. Arriving at the graveyard, a high wall greeted us. Like most graveyards in Ireland, these enclosing walls were constructed after the Great Irish Holocaust of 1846 and Black 47, known as the Irish Famine. Again I studied the cut stone around the gate, and I could see the marks of a mason, long gone and now forgotten. What struck me as I walked towards the ruins of the old church was the proliferation of old tombs, roughly constructed, apart from the fact that the tombs were built of well-made cut stone from the old ruins beyond. What greeted me was two old walls of the church, covered in ivy, its southern and northern, standing on a raised piece of ground. Clearly from my observations, the church in its heyday was built or constructed on the former site of Wheeler, now long gone. The graveyard is under the control of Kerry County Council, like others in the county of Kerry. In the old townland of Kilmoyle South, and in the parish of Kilmoyle, and the old barony of Clanmorris. The ruins and the graveyard are in the parish of Kilmoyle. Coordinates which will be of interest to anyone visiting the site, are, quote, ITM coordinates E479341, N626491. RPM number KE014-089, unquote. The surrounding graveyard has many tombs of its local community who repose there. Again, a good percentage of the tombs I could see parts and window mouldings from the former church that were there, used in the building of the tombs. I walked slowly through the old arched doorway, which was constructed way back in antiquity using a method of chiselled limestone. It's overgrown now with ivy like the rest of the church. On the south side, there are more buildings, small in construction, but again overgrown with ivy and grass clippings. This was an experience for me, walking through this ancient doorway, a part of Kerry's ancient history. The interior of the church that remains is rough. Indeed, one can see that a few years ago work was done there, which again is a credit to the local community here. On the floor of the church, there are several tombs. There is one with designs which is slowly fading away with time. I should state that there are no high trees surrounding the site at present, but way back in antiquity there would have been a dense covering of trees, now fallen, which would have concealed the old settlement site there at one period of time. All around me, there was evidence of bygone craftsmen and stone masons. Sections of window mouldings and chisel limestone were there, a testament to our ancestors. What was this old mission like along the old route of the Tochilbán and that of St. Vuila? Was her settlement there for long? What happened? Was it wiped out? We shall never know. It's lost now in time, a part of our North Kerry heritage and our history. I explored the graveyard more. The last tomb in the graveyard to the west has the remains of an Ogham inscription on it that crosses the opening to the tomb. It's not big, but it's there. Where did it come from? And what period and significance is it? We shall never know. The name of the old graveyard and ruins gets its name from Kill, an old church, and Vuila, another of our early Irish saints. Not much is known of this female Irish saint, but John O'Donovan, historian and antiquarian, visited the ruins and mentioned her in his notes as Baile I Bhealach. However, there is a mention of another similar name in Coolclooney, County Sligo, Cool Bhealach. Little is known of her mission there, which at that time, in early Christian times, played a part in North Kerry's rich history. The roadway that leads away from the graveyard to the north ends in a dead end. But way back in antiquity, it would have gone northwards, linking up with the old tokers or causeways that were in the area at that time, which were arteries of North Kerry. A garrison was located in that area at one time. I consulted Google Maps, and from the air, I can see two of the many large banks of that old structure, which was constructed way back in antiquity. I will cover the old garrison in another episode and dig deeper into its history. Buried deep within a bog in Kilmoyle North in the year of 1940 was unearthed a hoard of 4 gold ornaments, which were examined by the National Museum of Ireland and dated to the late Bronze Age, were found by Edmund Stack in an old oak hollowed box without a lid in perfect condition. Thus, this area was an important place during the late Bronze Age period. The source of this is from the National Museum of Ireland, another place to visit when you are here on holiday in Ireland or doing research. It is clear from our past that along these ancient roadways, tokers or causeways, were places of importance. With a rich, diverse culture that existed up to a period that heralded the suppression of the landscape, its people, and the loss of its precious Irish language. Kilmoyle today is a vibrant community steeped in its people, sports and music, a place to visit on the Wild Atlantic Way. Leaving this quiet graveyard and its ruins with its high tombs and the ivy-clad remains of the church of Kilmoyle, I pause and think. Kilmoyle settlement is another place now forgotten in history, but a vital part of our future that must be preserved for posterity. The reason I chose Kilmoyle was that yet again we have another female Irish saint who has been forgotten, who played her part in the Christian faith in those bygone days, which was dangerous but rewarding to that woman in her religious life. Please remember, leave no trace. Take nothing away from our countryside but memories that will last with you forever on your visit on the Wild Atlantic Way. I hope you've enjoyed this short journey back to Kilmoyle. It's a lovely place to visit in County Kerry, Ireland. Now, I must leave you once more. Again, thanks to all of you out there who are following my podcast series, and also those of you who have taken the time to visit me here in Ireland and took a tour with me to see some of these special places that I have covered along my journey. There will be more, and I will give a shout out to you all in the future. So don't forget to tell your friends about my series and like and share my YouTube channel, which will over the years have the visuals put up there so you can all see. But for now, from the Wild Atlantic Way, Slán. Bye.
Thanks for listening to our show. Through its people, its heritage, and its rugged coastline, this is truly Danny Houlihan's Irish experience. Bye for now.